Cool beans. Salutation. How in heaven are you? Should I say, how wonderfully made are you today? Hope all is well as all with you, and that this message does find you in right mind, sound, and body. And with that being said, it's your girl Shay Flynn. And with that being said, I am here with DJ Genesis. And you can catch me live on Alchemizing Energy on YouTube. Hey, I say, hey, honeys. Okay, am I clear?
You doing?
Hey, Ladybug.
Yeah. How you doing? I said had to make her presence known.
Of course, as she should.
She's gonna make sure y'all. She gotta be a part of the show in some kind of way. She gonna be there.
That's how
now
you
there's
do
a dog involved. Now the dog is trying to be on the show. The dog is trying to intrude and be all up in it too. Next thing you know, the ferret's gonna be here. All the animals and the kids, everybody's gonna be in one room. So, anyways, hi, what's up, Jackie Gaines? How you doing? Great to see my favorite moderator in the house. Listen, so I really am so excited to have you as a guest on my show, Shay. One of the biggest things that I was excited to talk to you about was the next level radio and all the different things that you have going on. But before we really even get into that and all those awesome things you had, you had a time of tribulation that you went through. You went through a lot, in your life. I know you had an accident that led to a head injury, and that later led to what you would call a mental anguish, nervous breakdown. I wanted to kind of get into what led up to the accident.
Okay. My son back. Y'all about to see him. So say hey, podcast. Here. Okay. First salutation, everybody. How in heaven are you? Should I say, how wonderfully made are you today? And how hope that this message is received, because I'm giving it to you in the purest form as possible. I want to say thank you for inviting me, DJ Genesis, because I know we've been putting this off, and I know you being persistent on, hey, let's get your story out there. We need to let people know. So thank you for giving me the opportunity and for your patience.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Okay. I've been trying to get you for a while. That's how important I think this story is.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay. All
right, so go ahead.
Firstly, for those who do not know me, I am ShaflannDaMoorCeo, CEO of Next Level LLC, motion picture video production, MC at Next Level Radio, TV host of Give It All You Got TV show, mother of 5K, The Man Story Time, and you can catch a live 5:45 p.m. Sundays at Facebook, Then again at 7 p.m. on Instagram, where we strongly advise parental supervision and where I offer affiliate programs to other businesses to get you to the next level, and where I am CEO of Next Level Up Network Enterprise, where your business is my business, where I offer um, unlimited promotion, advertisement, Q&As, interviews, live streaming, podcasting. I create content, I repurpose content, I build funnels, SEOs, LLCs, anything your business need. I have a master who's ready to service today. And with that being said, how I got started or got in this position is I was a subcontractor for. I'm not gonna put them out there because I'm under some things, but I was subcontracting with someone who I called a friend, a business partner, and I was doing delivering parts for Don Heron, Mitsubishi, and other small businesses or whatever. And my normal routine is to go take the parts in. If it's an exchange, then they'll write a check out to me. I take that and give it back to the client, to the customer, get a receipt, and do it back and forth. Or I go to other places to drop off parts to them for whatever. And then I come back to the main location, which I was doing, came back, went to drop off the deposit, and was reading to make sure that nobody's getting over and all of the money was accounted for or whatever. And I end up slipping. It was some water that was leaking out of the wall. And of course, I was not paying attention because as a woman, I'm multitasking. I really can't just pay attention to one thing. I gotta be very aware of well, I wasn't able to be aware of what I was doing because I was focused. So I ended up falling. I hit my head, my arm, my leg, and my back. And then I caught myself trying to get up and I fell again. And I don't think I could do was just like yell and scream that somebody come because I was in pain. Well, someone came and got me or whatever, went to the front, they signed it up and did all of that. Well, it caused me to be um, home and mobile for about 8 months. I was not able to walk. I couldn't do talking because my head was hurting so much. If I like moved my mouth, I was sensitive to lights. Like if we was upstairs, I'll show y'all. Like I had to put covers. Well, my son did it for me. Put covers over the window because I was ultra sensitive to light. I wasn't walking. My son was cooking for 8 months. Within that 8 months, I was doing a lot of self awareness, selfness, being self centered, and I couldn't go to physical therapy because, like I said, anything from me moving, sent pulsating through my body, so I was in excruciating pain. When I was able to get my bearings together or just collect to just be sort of kind of functioning, I started to take mental awareness and I got to see like I believe I'm having some of these symptoms because I was agitated because I couldn't get things out. I couldn't hold the pencil up. I couldn't do a lot of things. And I homeschooled my son. So it was a lot on me. And I was like, we got to figure out a way how to do this. I ended up spending 21 days in the hospital and it was just my son. Nobody knew because I couldn't talk to people. And then people really don't care about what you're going through. They don't. They do ask, but they really don't care. So I didn't feel like I needed to really speak to anyone to tell anybody what was going on. So I was in there for 21 days. I got out June, July. I believe in July, maybe August. And um I was still in pain or whatever. They was telling me, hey, I can go through this, but I didn't have insurance. I didn't have any of that. I was a pioneer, so I was already doing things for self. So I couldn't afford to go and do this or get this done. So I got on my computer and I got to looking up things. And like I said, a lot of the stuff that I was looking up, it was me. I seen it was me. My talking wasn't formulating sentences, and I can hear myself say things either backwards or rearranging words. It wasn't like sentences that people could understand. So my son was like, well, Mom, I think something is still not right. I believe that you need to go get some help. And I was like, I said, okay then. So I still did it. Um, in December, I fell again and went to the hospital. I was in there for 17 days. Well, I skipped back some. After my son told me that he think I need to go see a doctor, I got to looking at some natural holistic things, and it was grounding. I was doing heavy meditation. I was changing the herbs in my house. I started to incorporate natural herbs and spices. I was alkalining my body a lot more because um, when I decided, well, after I had the second fall, which was in December, December the 12th, and then I was in the hospital then for 17 days. Well, they was giving, well, attempting to give me all of these medicines. And I had to figure out a way to get out of there because, like I said, they was just doping me up, and I homeschooled my son, so it wasn't helping me at all, and it definitely wasn't helping my scholars. So I was like, okay, well, let me figure out something. So that's when we got the computer. I got the doing things online, looking up stuff. I took a course for mental health awareness. I became certified because of the anguish that I was going through. I found a therapist. They gave me this therapist, a physical therapist, and I was going through that, and it just wasn't helping me. It was putting me in more pain. So then they started subscribing all of these damn drugs, all these prescriptions, and I took a few of them. One of them had me in an out of body experience. It had me puking. It had me where I didn't even want to be bothered with my son. I was snapping at him. I was agitated. I was frustrated. And I just didn't have that outlet or support system. So I was telling my doctors what was going on. I had to go see a neurologist because no one was listening to me. It was just again them saying that I needed to have a, a psychiatrist instead of giving me something to manage my pain. So I went to a neurologist, and I don't know if y'all can see, but they cut out my hair up here in the top, and they put I can't think of the name of them, but it sends um pulsating down through my body, and just to see what my brain function was doing, the brain waves and things of the sort. Well, I was diagnosed with severe nerve damage, two herniated discs and two bulging discs, and I have um, short-term incapabilities. So that was the reason why my words wasn't formulating, and so they sent me to a therapist after I was telling them all the things that I was dealing with. So I had to have a psychotherapist because of the things I was telling them that I was experiencing, and the things that I was seeing. That's what made them say, "Oh well." Well, maybe it's from you not getting enough sleep, or maybe because you won't take the medicines that we're getting you. So if you're feeling all of these things, then it could be messing with your psyche. And I'm like, so instead of giving me an outsource for holistic therapy, or just giving me something that don't have me zombified, or that don't have me just feeling like I'm helpless. That's how I was feeling, like I'm helpless. Nobody was listening. Nobody was hearing me out. Instead of listening to me as a woman, not a woman of color, firstly, a single mother and a person who's homeschooling. That was the most hard thing for me, because that's what they do to us. It's just pump us up with the drugs. And then I kept thinking about, well, if they say I'm not mentally capable of caring for my child. So I was worried about them calling CPS on me. I was worried about if somebody can come take my child from me. I was worried about if what if I don't never bounce. It was so many things that was running through my head. So when you go to these places and you tell them, hey, my pain is a 10 and all of that, they use that against you. That's how I felt like they was using it against me. Because
They think that you're trying to get opioids.
and that's the thing. I never asked for medicine. I was telling them, like, I don't do medicine. I'm a holistic person. I make all of my medicines. I make my deodorant. I make my shampoo. Like, I do everything for self. But if I'm incapable of lifting up things, and if I walk and I'm feeling pulsating up to my head and down to my toes, and it's not registering as pain. It's registering as a mental issue. So they don't tell you that they don't have answers for you. They just pass you on to somebody else. And that's what happened. I got passed on to three therapists: a psychotherapist, um, a regular therapist, and then I had to have a cognitive therapist, because the second time when I fell, I told them, like, I couldn't see nothing. Things was blurry. The glasses that I wore was not good for me. They wasn't working for me, and they drug their feet from December all the way to July of this year, saying, well, we don't do holistic therapy. And I had just been waiting for someone just to let me know something. And they didn't. I just kept calling them, and they just kept putting me off, just kept putting me out. And then so I was like, I got to figure out a way for me to get better for me. So that's what I started to do. I started to Googling a whole bunch of like natural things to get started. I had to figure out a way, because I couldn't apply for I call them, just over being broke. Y'all call them jobs. I couldn't apply for a 9 to 5 because I was a health risk. I was liability, because I can barely stand up, and y'all are seeing a little bit. I'll be moving because I can't sit still, because of the nerves that's tingling in my body, or if they go up. So I have a neurologist. I can't even get it out. Y'all bear with me, because words.
A neurological.
Yes. Incapability. So it's not I'm nervous. It just make me real anxious, because I can't get words out. So it frustrates me. And then I had to figure that out for me. Shay, don't beat yourself up for that, because you have an incapability. They said that it was short-term disability. It's not a disability, it's an incapability, because I'm not used to it. I'm used to doing everything for self. I'm used to being there for everybody else. But people couldn't relate to me, because they never really believed, like, oh, you really went through this. You don't look like it. You don't sound like it. For 18 months, I had to be reset. I had to be reborn. I had to relearn a lot of things. And then I was saying to self, don't keep, can I say bitching?
You go ahead. You can.
Okay.
Bitching. Yeah.
Don't be bitching about what is already going to be here. I just took it in like this might be your everyday life. So don't bitch about it. Figure out a way that is comfortable for me. Figure out a way that's best going to work for my son and Al, because at the end of it, he's the only one that really mattered. So I did. I took those classes. I went in person and did classes. I started to work with other people who had anguish and who didn't go through a head injury, but that was just going through regular day living. So I was like, well, how about I just do this? How about I talk about it? How about I bring awareness to it? Because I'm still today going through the same thing. I'm getting a lawyer. It's so much stuff that I have to do. But if you don't have the right doctors behind you, it's a struggle. And it should be a struggle if a person is saying they are holistic and you just want to pump them up with all these different direct effects. And then they was telling me, hey, try this medicine out and give it 2 weeks and then come back and tell us. And I just start being conscious of stuff. I'm like, they giving me something that they just giving me. They don't even know what it is that's wrong with me. Just try this out. I felt like I was being a guinea pig. And then again, like I said, my son was being my caregiver and being 11 years old. That's a lot for any person. I'm in my 40s, he 11. So just think about you got to give mom a bath. Think about you got to cook food. I couldn't even come downstairs for 8 months because of me being in so much pain. But I didn't let that stop me. I just reached out to other people. I asked for another doctor. I got another doctor. He wasn't as worse as the first one because I had to tell the other people that I feel like he raping me. And they was like, oh my gosh, why would you say that? And I said, because what I'm saying, he's attacking it and he's compartmentalizing my pain. Instead of saying to me that we don't feel like or you okay or whatever, it was just like push me up under the rug and just say, hey, go talk to this therapist. I did it. I did exactly what they said to do. Talk to the therapist. The lady was like, ma'am, it's nothing wrong with you. And I was like, I know. I know it's nothing. I said, but just see what they do. They don't fix the problem. They just pass you on to somebody else, and then that person don't see anything wrong. Then you get passed again. And I was sick of being passed. I said, I know what I'm going to do. I became a tree hugger. I became, well, I always did sunbathing and all of that for 2 hours or whatever. I just started doing it more, walking barefooted more, going in nature more, talking outward instead of in my head. Now, with this ordeal, it's very difficult for me to repeat myself because it was a time where I couldn't talk or write. So I can hear myself up here already talking, already saying it up here. So when it gets here, it's like, oh, wah, 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 wah. And people judged me for something that was out of my control, and it's difficult for me because I'm used to articulating, I'm used to enunciating, I'm used to being normal. Today I'm not. I'm abnormal. I don't walk with a limp, but I walk sort of kind of with one because I can't put pressure down on my left side. I can't. I tell people when I'm on the phone with them or if I talk to them now, I tell people. At first, it was embarrassing for me that I couldn't comprehend what they were saying, but I knew what they were saying. I tell people now I have a head injury. So it's not that I'm not listening to you, it's I'm not computing for me to be able to even hold a conversation with you. And then it's like, oh, well, you don't look like it. What the hell does that look like to you? And that's another thing why I said I wanted to talk about it because we minimize the exterior of someone and we don't know what the interior of them that's going on. So that's why I said, as a singular mother, we do everything in our best to do right with our children. Second, as a mother of color, they don't listen to us. And then, because I never asked them for no D-Rose, I asked for a holistic alternative measurement is what I asked for. We don't offer that. We don't do that. The only thing, and that's why I said I want to work on that, because I want our people to know, like, you don't have to take them their pharmacy stuff because of the direct effect that it has on you. It's a direct effect. It's not a side effect. The only side effect was my son, because now he get a chance to see. And he said, Mom, y'all have to go through so much. And I said, do you see why I'm so hard on you? Do you see why I say just because it looks like it's all right doesn't mean that it's always right? And as a woman, we do everything in spite of our health, our condition, our situation. We still press on. We take a kick and we keep ticking. And that's another thing that I wanted to talk to my ladies, my women about. It's not okay not to be okay. It's not okay to be all right, because that's not what we was born to be. We do everything. That's why I say when men say, oh, y'all got it easy, where? Show me where, because I had two female doctors, and my cognitive therapist was the person who got them doctors to listen to me. I had to tell her what was going on, and she was the one who spoke up for me, non-colored. Listen to me and everything. I told that one doctor how I was feeling. I started to cry because y'all not hearing me, and that's how I ended up seeing a therapist. And then they was giving me medicine because I wasn't getting into sleep, and I'm like, how can I sleep and I'm in pain? I'm in excruciating pain. I have to stand up for an hour, sit down for 30 minutes. What place of business is going to accommodate me? Nobody. And then if you apply for Social Security, they take you through the ringer to even get that. So where is the help? It's nothing but anguish. And that's why I was saying to my son, I don't want to put too much on you because you 11. I don't even have adults that's taking this same initiative to say, hey, are you good? You all right? Because I'm the person who's always checking on people. And that's
So
why.
have you? So what do you think about the fact that when you were going through this, you were isolated. You were too embarrassed to tell other people that you were going through it. Why do you think it was that you continued to just kind of struggle through it without really letting anybody know or getting any help from anybody other than your son?
It wasn't the struggle. It was the fact of who is going to take the time out to come over here and wipe my ass. Who is going to come out in Collin County? I'm an hour away from everybody. Who's going to come out here and give me that assistance? Who going to take off from their 9 to 5? Because I didn't want the, oh well, I helped you when I don't want that. I didn't want to hear that. Because if you're doing it, you're
Right.
doing it from the pureness of you, because that's what I would do. So that's more or less on what it was. I just didn't want the aftermath of it. I didn't want somebody to use it against me in a court of law. And that means later in life.
Right.
So, and it was trust.
You didn't necessarily trust anybody, and you get your business out there. The things that you're going through, family getting too involved, and then they try to take over. And so you said that you homeschool your child. What is he? He's homeschooled like by you, or are you using a program online, or how does that work?
Two things. I homeschool. Of course, I have this little thing that I pay for, whatever. And then I have a gentleman that offers his services to teach him the math part of it.
Okay. So so you went through that aspect of not of like kind of being sick, but then you ended up having like a nervous breakdown after you began to try to do everything yourself. You kind of brought yourself up to where you're able to move around, you're able to get things done, but then you started to take on too many things, and that's when it kind of became really hard mentally. Let's go into that.
the mental anguish part of it for me was,
Yeah.
again, not being heard, misunderstood, not giving me patience to let me get out of what I'm trying to say to you, rushing me, um, sort of kind of, I ain't gonna say ignoring, but it is, like a person that stutters and you want to say it
Mhm.
for them.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Right. And sometimes they wouldn't be saying exactly what you're trying to say.
And then and
And you're
now
like, no, not that.
and now I didn't forgot because I have short-term incapability. So I don't even remember what we were saying or what we was talking about. Because you didn't have compassion enough. Just let me get it out.
Right.
So that
And
changed.
so,
Well, it didn't change. It grew a lot in me to slow down. Stop it. If you forget it, it's okay. If it come back, it's important. Because I was beating myself up for that. That's the reason why I didn't do a lot of stuff, because everything is microwave for people. Hurry up, fast food. Hurry up, let's get it. I'm already a crock pot. I'm already a slow cooker. So you can't rush me. If you rush me, I'm gonna do the complete opposite. I'm gonna shut down, because that's better for my mental. I can't even really hold conversation debacles and going back and forth with people. I don't have the capacity to do it. Even if I wanted to, I cannot, because I'm gonna say I was in a dark place. And I was only in a dark place because people wasn't understanding what I was going through, because I didn't look like I was going through.
you know, that's interesting to know. We probably have a lot of people in our lives that move fast. You said that even just the slip and fall was you kind of moving too fast, and it's almost like life itself had to slow you down almost to a snail's pace just to get you to operate and to be in the moment. So now you live more in the moment, even more, ever more.
I
Hi,
definitely do.
Shan. Hi, Shan. How are you?
I'm totally fine. How about you, honey bunny?
I'm good, God. I am so into your story, and thank you for sharing this. I just wanted to ask you, what was your age? If you didn't say it, maybe I didn't get it, but what was your age when you started going through this? How old were you?
2022, so I was 42.
Oh, so you was older. I didn't know if you was a teenager or now, so I just wanted to.
Currently,
Uh,
3 years, 4 years ago, maybe. I don't keep up with it, but it's recent. It
so,
was 2 years ago.
so what was life for you before that?
Um, I was the come to person. I was the go-to person. I am the, oh, pick up the phone, Shay got you type of person. Oh, what you need? Resolution type of person. Um, oh, well, shoot, let me give your information to that type of person. I was the go-to. I was the party. I was the, oh, if don't nobody know, Shay do.
Mm. So when all of that took place, it was just like the world just like shattered because now you had to relearn, how to live your life, and that is very hard for people to understand. And I know it gets very tiresome when you have to keep explaining to people. Like I don't feel like you need to, but if you can't do certain things, people just can't stop and respect that and think maybe it's a problem. They like to keep digging and digging and digging and digging. And that kind of cuts to your core because they make you want to put it on a t-shirt, right? So you don't have to keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over. I got you, sis. I'm with you, sis. I'm hearing your story. I got you, love. I totally understand. People understand. And even as you get older, life changes and they want to keep on. I'm like, God, well, I have to, like, maybe I don't want to tell these people. And it's like, that's added pressure too. So I just want to let you know, I fully understand you. I'm feeling what you're saying. I'm receiving what you're saying. And again, I'm glad for you to tell your story. But I'm glad you're saying it in a way so people can learn how to treat other people. You know, we shouldn't have to be on. We shouldn't have to advertise all our problems, right? Just so you can feel better or so you can know, right? Sometimes, you know, and especially the part when you were saying how when you talk to people, you know, sometimes, you know, as you're talking to them, or, I mean, as they're talking to you, you know, like me, my memory sucks, right? And I always have to tell people, write this down, do this, do that. And they always giving me suggestions. If I tell you I can't remember, dang it, why do you keep telling me, I can't remember to do that neither, right? Stop, right?
Touche. Touche. Touche.
Baby. And you know, a lot of things change from your normal. So again, that's probably where they send you to the doctors for the mental. And I like how you stress how you go to the different doctors, and as a woman, how they disregard everything we have to say until it's at either the last stage or you're really that bad or they can't help you no more, and they send you here and send you there. Like, how do we have a voice as women?
Well, you know, I'm gonna say this is that, you know, I was in an accident too where my car flipped over, and I have like I severed 2 arteries in my forehead because it was a flip over car accident, and people don't know this, but I have a closed head injury as well, like a brain injury. I don't share it with people either. People just see this big scar in the front of my hair, and they never ask, well, what did that come from? You know what I'm saying?
Because they don't care. Because they still really don't care. And that's the only thing. And I didn't mean to cut in, but that's the thing about our heritage that I want to break is the fact of it's all. I'd rather you ask me, and this is what I learned. I'd rather you ask me, how are you today? How you feel today versus assuming, oh, you good, you look good, you don't look. Looks are deceiving. Looks are not always bad.
Even if you look bad some days, right? That's okay too, right? And I hate that people think that you're always supposed to stay the same. People are going through things, right? And I hate when they try to give you like a quick, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, stop telling me what I need, right? Thank you, but no thank you, right? Or you losing weight, or you gaining a lot of weight. Like, what are people? It's a reason why they're gaining weight. People are like so insensitive. It's crazy. Very insensitive. Like, people don't know. Hey, I gained weight. You think I didn't know that? Or you need this done, or you need that done. Like, you think they don't know?
And that's where I was.
They can't do it. Maybe they can't do it right now.
Physically.
You know, are you going to get it done for them? Right? Are you going to help them? Tell me how you're going to help me. Don't tell me what I need to get done. And that's another thing as a community and as we have to stop doing too. Stop giving unsolicited things. If you're not going to help them in any type of way, after they tell you, hey, then don't tell me what I need to get done.
So I wanted to really talk about too is that the tendency as women to be so isolated, you know, it ends up being just us and our children. If we're not married, it just ends up being me, myself, and I, and my kids. Then you begin to have an anxiety about dealing with other people because you don't want to deal with the BS that whatever they might bring. So you end up isolating yourself, and that's kind of a scary thing. It's a dangerous thing to be isolated on an island like that because when something happens, there's no support to the system.
No, it's automatically this for you. You got to put up your deuce and start protecting you because you don't know. You don't know.
You don't know who to trust neither, because sometimes people take whatever you're going through and figure, well, and they try to make it a benefit for them, right?
And that's what I said.
You don't know who to, right? You don't know who to trust, especially if you have bad memory or you have hard way of computing stuff, right? They find a way okay, so now I could do this, maybe she won't notice. Oh, man, I could do that, maybe she won't notice, right? They do a lot of grimy stuff too, and that's another thing that make you want to be isolated, because you can't let your guards down, but your mind is in other places, and plus you have a child. So let me eliminate dealing with some of this mess.
All
I'm just
together.
gonna stick, right? Let me stick to myself and my child, right? And that's a horrible, like DJ said, that's a horrible position. But sometimes you're gonna have to pick and choose some of these battles, right? You gotta pick and choose some of these battles, and I have to work on me right now, okay? Even though it's gonna be hard, but we still find a way to get it done, right? And in a sense, I'm glad that your son, like my son, he's the youngest one, right? And I'm glad because now he would know how to treat a woman. He would know a woman needs, right? He's gonna also know if he sees them like this, he will have empathy and he will have sympathy, right? So that's a beautiful thing in a sense, right? You're not making him, you're not putting everything on him. You're not giving him the responsibility, but he's still learning that, women hurt, women go through stuff, right? How maybe figure out ways to help you without having. Now, I like the way that you're not putting the responsibility on him, but he's also learning at the same time and going to have more compassion for the world and for women also. You're doing a phenomenal job, Mom. I just want to tell you that.
Thank you. And I'm glad that you even brought that up because, like, if we go in stores, my son he already know, hey, write a list down. He put it in his phone, a memo, because I say, I'm going to forget. And he was like, Mom, just set it in your phone and then put it on your calendar and they'll say it for you later. So I'm implementing what my son is telling me because I know he's only making it lighter for me. If we go in the store, we go anywhere and somebody is talking, I instantly power down. And I just sit there and I look at you because you're doing a lot for me and it's too much for me. My son will intervene and say, hey, you're doing too much for her. She's not saying anything because she's not understanding what you're saying. I love that because that shows manhood for him. It's not putting him in an adult place. It's showing manhood of, hey, he see my mom is in anguish. So I love the fact that he do and he get a chance to experience this with me because I was, like I said, I was the breadwinner. It took a lot out of me because I'm not able to go to where I need to. I can't drive. They don't even want me driving because of my nerves. So it's difficult for us. I'm gonna say for us because us is all that matters to me. My son do things with me that I know he don't want to do, but he do it because he see, hey, this is what my mom went through. This is what my mom has to deal with. He asks me often, hey, how you doing? I'm good, baby. You sure? Are you feeling pressure? Because I tell him, I don't use the word PAIN. I don't use HURT. I don't because people don't want to hear that. They don't care to hear that. So I don't care to say it. I just know I got pressure today. I'm feeling this today because I don't want to overbury him with things, and then that's how he feel like that's how things are supposed to be. I don't want to normalize that. I don't want to lay back and say, oh, well, yeah, I got a head injury. Oh, yeah, I'm hurting. I don't want to do that because then I'm putting in his head that everything is a hurt. Everything is a pain. It's not. Because I rejoice in this. I'm not going to lie. The second time I fell down, I said, I'm never going to do more than what I'm supposed to because I wasn't supposed to be doing it. But again, these bills still coming to my house. Debt collectors, bill collectors are still calling me. So I still have to do something to make sure I keep a roof over our head. That didn't change anything. It just pushed stuff back and piled it on top of me. And then when family, friends, or someone say, well, you can go do this. If I could do that, you think I'll be in this position?
Duh. But let me ask you, do or have you spoken to your son? Does he? I don't know where his father's at, but does he feel like a certain way because, like, a lot of times they figure like you have to take care of him. Like, where's my dad? Right? Sometimes they may not talk about it. Or how does he feel that, watching mommy
Sir,
do this?
come here.
And I don't know if you spoke upon his father or not, right? But that's also added pressure, right? And if that was a little bit off for you, if it is, but you will explain. But being that it's on you because you're doing everything, like how is that computing with him? Does he talk about it, or how do you handle that part of it?
Okay.
Oh, he's gone.
This 5K, this around, and if you don't mind repeating, and he can answer that for you.
I don't know if I want to ask it. You can ask him. I'm not going to ask him.
That's what I'm saying. I can't remember. So if you don't want to say it verbatim, just.
Oh, girl, you sound like me. We could never be together. We're going to have people to remember everything for us. You sound like me for real. Oh, my goodness gracious. I love it. I love it. I know I'm not in this world by myself. Love it.
You are not alone.
I am here with you. Hi, young man. How are you?
She said, "Hey, baby, how you doing?"
How are you?
She can't hear you, baby.
Sarah.
Oh, you're so handsome.
Thank you.
How do you feel? Do you have contact with your dad? Do your dad help you?
No, but I do have contact.
How do you feel about that? And watching mommy go through everything, how do you feel about that?
Not very good.
Not very good? Do you talk to mommy about it? You think you should start talking to mommy about your feelings? If mommy talk to you about her feelings, then maybe you could talk to mommy about your feelings, because y'all there to help each other, right? Mommy want to help you too, right? Mommy don't want you to go through everything by yourself, and you exist too, right? Like, you exist and mommy love you and she care about you. So it's okay to say to mommy, hey mommy, I'm feeling this way. What should I do with these feelings? What should I do with these emotions? Right? And mommy's going to guide you, but talk to your mommy too, okay? Don't hold it in, okay? Because if you hold it in, right, you're going to be angry and you're not going to know why you're so angry. So you're a nice, beautiful young man.
Thank you.
And I love your. Now I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. Lord have mercy. Right?
It's all right. You'll come back.
When I do remember the word, right, I'm going to say it. But I want you to make sure when you're feeling a certain type of way, talk to your mommy, okay? Whatever you're feeling, talk, even if it's about mommy. Talk to mommy about mommy. But let mommy know your feelings, okay? All right?
Thank you, 5K.
Thank you, young man.
Hold on, come back. Let me do this real quick. I say, if you can't talk to me, what should you do?
Talk about someone. Ask somebody else in the family.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't want to ask somebody else in the family, what do I tell you to what?
Right.
And you make sure you do that. But go to mommy first.
Right. Good job.
See that beautiful smile mommy have? She got you.
Hey, why you look so sad? Okay, thank you so much, 5K. Have a good day.
He's like,
look at that smile. Thank you, baby.
That was so pitiful. Like he came
out with a smile.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all why.
He was looking like he was in trouble at first or something.
That's what he thought. Like, what I do this time? Like, no.
That's when am I in trouble?
Yeah.
And this thing is, Mom, And when it's involving you, it's involving you. He don't really like being. I ain't gonna say he don't talk because he does, but he more of stand back and just protecting. He don't say too much. It's just, oh, I got you. You don't got to say nothing. I got it. That's who he is.
So, are you close with your family?
Yeah, and as I heard you speaking, yeah.
I am, but I'm not because I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm the one to go left. I don't do a lot of
You start the
traditional.
show.
Y- I possess a lot of energy and like I'm gonna say this. My mother came up in that era where you go to the doctor for everything. That's not me. Because I know what they underlining ideals is when it comes to us. I know that they are non-profit and we make them profitable. So that's her thing, and we can't relate to one another. I can't tell you what I'm going through if your thing is go talk to the people that's put me in this position.
Do going to the doctor does being that from the way that we be treated? Do you get anxiety or panic attacks just to go to the doctor?
I don't use them words. My guards come all the way up. My vibration
Oh,
get
I
the
know.
zinging. It's just like, ugh.
I know, girl. I know. I ain't never come back here again. I walk out of here worse than I walked there. Like a Dungeon Dragon. And then when I need something filled out, hey, how you doing?
Because it's no resolution. It's not a resolution.
Yeah, but that's like you have to sit up there and set up something in your mind just to go to the doctor, right? You have to. It's crazy that we have to do that, but it just to see them alone because they're not listening to you, like you said, they're not listening to you, and then when you go there, they're doing all the talking for you. You didn't even open your mouth. I didn't say nothing, and you hold up now. Hold up. And then when you try to say something, they tell you, well, because this, well, because that.
They cut you off.
Like, you didn't even ask me that I drink water, but you tell me you ain't let me finish my story.
My thought.
Have you gotten a CAT scan yet before? An MRI or a CAT scan?
Oh yes. I don't even want to see. That's why I said I can tell y'all something. You'll be like, there's no way. Like when I failed the second time, they didn't even want to give it to me because previously I went to the same place that I went when I had the first fall. They didn't even want to give me a head exam. They didn't want to even do that. They just wanted me to take some over the counter medicines and take a nap.
See?
Yeah, that's all that medicine do is put you to sleep.
No, but what happened?
Hooked on it.
That's where the problem is at, right? And I wish we stopped saying that too, because they assume when we walk in there, that's what we want, and that's why we're treated like that. They don't see us as human beings. They see us walking in wanting medicine.
They see us as money.
They see us
money.
Right. So, but they thinking we're walking in wanting to be drug addicts, right? No, we don't want to be drug addicts. We didn't ask for. We just listen to us, right? But they think that the first thing is we walk in there. It's not our birthday, teacher. This is a joke, right? We walk in there, and they thinking they automatically know what we want, and it's what they're gonna ask for, and they start treating you like you an addict, like you somebody on a curve or something.
Right. You just want some hydrocodone on. Here you go.
Exactly. Exactly.
14 of them. I'm not gonna give you no more. Maybe
we never asked for that, right? It's so many other methods. Like, tell me all the methods. You thinking that's what they want? That's why they keep saying pain. No, I am in pain. I am excruciating pain, right? Now you can give me different things for the pain, but don't tell me, oh, we can't get ninja. I didn't ask you for that, right? They already jumping the boat, right? I'm telling you. So that gives you and that puts more added pressure on you because now you gotta come in there, and then act like you're not an addict when you're not an addict, but you still need things because you're in excruciating pain. So they thinking we're making this up in our mind. They always want to send you to a psych doctor or something because they make you think it's in your mind. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Psychosomatic. They're gonna tell you it's psychosomatic. It's all in your head. That all the pain that you're experiencing is all imaginary in your mind.
Yes, exactly.
And if it's causing you to forget, if you hit your head, you hit your head.
But,
I mean, are you sure? Did you have a concussion when you?
But DJ, but hold up, DJ. The medicine that we can't get that medicine, but the psych medicines are worse, right? Now you don't have a problem giving us any of them type of medicines, which we don't want, right? We don't want that because that makes you not functional. They don't have a problem giving you all, and then you don't even ask how you doing. You can say fine. Okay, we're gonna make the doses higher. Like Ninja, I don't want this. But when you go to your regular doctor for pain, it's a problem. But they don't mind giving you psych meds. Anyone you don't gotta ask for, they got a whole list. But you could just, like, father's giving me something like for my back or checking my spine or anything that you know that you can help medically. They divert you to making you think that I started hit my head. Like, check the head. Like, I ain't any prescriptions for something.
The moment you checked your head, hit your head. You should have. Right. They should have did the make sure you didn't have a concussion first of all.
I did. I had a concussion type 2.
A concussion 2. Okay. What is a concussion 2? What does that mean?
That my brain had some type of wave and they seen it, but again, like I said, minimized because I was already there previously, which was 2 years ago previously. So y'all looked at my file.
So like something happened. They can tell us something that happened. There is a concussion, like evidence of a concussion, and at the level 2. Okay, so if you have a concussion, how do you treat a concussion?
Take these meds and go home and go to sleep. And if you still having those headaches or whatever, then you need to come back here and see us again. And that's verbatim.
She's absolutely correct. She's absolutely correct.
So if you have a brain or a head injury, they just say they don't know what the hell they're doing.
But they're not going to say that.
They don't know what the hell they're doing.
It's sad, but it's true. Even if you look at the football players, right? Look how long it took for them to study the brain of a football player, right?
How about boxers? How about the boxers?
Yes, and the boxers, exactly. Now all of a sudden they're starting to see what these concussions does when they're untreated, right? When they don't keep you in for a hospital for a couple of days, they just tell you they're going home if you still have a headache or something. I mean, even if you look at the C word, right? They make sure that by the time you find out you're already in the fourth stage, they want to make sure that they don't have to put no money into you, right? No real money into you, because that will be long-term treatment, right? They don't want to give you long-term treatment. They want to give you short-term treatment.
Temporary fixes.
Did the time run out? Can you sue the place that had the water going, or is it too late?
No, that's what I'm on now, and I'm glad that you brought that back, because the doctors that I was saying that I had went through, they're dragging their feet to even give me my records, because remember I told him that, and it was recorded because it was on telemedicine, that I feel like he was raping me, and you made a personal opinion on my health and you documented that. You just took advantage of me for no reason. When I'm telling you what I'm going through, and you say, well, since I'm denying these medications, that it has to be psychologically something wrong with me. No, I want an alternative medicine. That's how I came up. Is
Well, you're like, oh, you don't want to go get, you don't want to get high. It must be something wrong with you. You need to, you're mentally strong. You don't want to get on this heroin, these pills, this opioids. You don't want to get on these opioids. There's something wrong with you.
It is.
You don't want no heroin, no liquid heroin.
It is something wrong with me because the medicines are going to
Yeah.
deteriorate my bones, which I'm already having these bulging discs. That's my bones. Those are my nerves. I had a doctor, an optometrist, tell me that my falling had nothing to do with my sight. And I'm like, those are the nerves that's going down my spine. It has everything to do with it. But again, because I have a head injury, y'all playing on my top. That's why I tell my people, them doctors are not always right. That's your body. You don't have to be subject to what they're saying, because most of them go on their little computer and they be Googling stuff. The same thing you could do.
Yes, they do be Googling stuff. I remember I was in the emergency room and they was Googling symptoms that I was having, looking it up online, I guess trying to see what they should prescribe me. I guess there must be some website they go to find out what they should prescribe.
MD. It's something MD.
WebMD.
and I'm only telling you this. I'm gonna tell you why. I was sitting in the hospital, and my son can tell y'all. We sitting right. He in there with me on with doing everything, because if they unalive me, you'll be right here and you'll be able to say what's going on. Well, we're about to do a lady test. I don't care. Put that partition right there. But my son is gonna be in this building. He's gonna be in this room with me, because I know how y'all do stuff, accidents, and no, we're not doing any of that. And that's what they do to us. They make us feel like what our word is it's out for anguish. I'm not getting enough sleep, then I got sleep apnea, now I need to go get this y'all. I was suggested 5 different medicines. They told me that I had to have surgery on my neck and my back. That was the first thing. Once I went to what's the name, quantum something, and I got the first one done. And while they gave me the first one, now this is real life. I'm on the bed. The gentleman is giving me the drip into my hand, and I told him, I said, "Sir, I could still feel that." And he was like, "Well, ma'am, if I give you any more, it'll be a incident." And I was like, "Well, why you say that?" He said, "Because this is the legal amount that I can give you." And I said, "Well, sir, you told me that I'm going to be numb and I'm not going to feel it. And I'm telling you, I still feel it." And he said, "Well, if I give you another dose, you'll be like Michael Jackson." Verbatim is what the man said. And I said, "Well, I believe in God, so I'd rather you give me another one, because if y'all going to do some surgery on me, then I don't want to feel anything. I don't." So he said, "Well, just give me a moment." I know what he did. He went to go talk to the other doctors and let them tell him. So the doctor who was administrating my shot, he said, "Well, Miss Flint, we're not going to be able to do that, because that will be a lawsuit or whatever." And I said, "Well, sir, I still feel it. So if you don't want no lawsuit, because I'm telling you I still feel it, what is the next thing? What's the resolution to this?" And he said, "Well, do you want to reschedule?" I said, "Reschedule for what? If I'm telling you that I know I can tolerate it, that nothing's going to happen to me, I'm not Michael Jackson. We don't have the same system. We don't. He a man and I'm a woman." And he was like, "Well, let me just try to do the injection first." I said, "So you just gonna speed bump over what I just said?" I said, "Okay then." I said, "All right." I text my son on the phone, because he was sitting in the waiting room because he can't come off in there. And I told him what was going on. I said, "In the event, you'll know." So I get to the place. I always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like 6 doctors off in there. They prepping me and all that good stuff. I can't see because they going into my back, so I can't see. But I'm conscious. I heard the woman say, "Hey, we putting this in your IV. Count back to whatever." I was out. but I heard the whole conversation. The lady was having a baby. She said, after this week she was going to go on a vacation and hopefully she have her baby at home, which was in Africa or whatever, and she'll come back to the States and everybody get a chance to see the baby. The doctor who was actually doing the injections was talking about their anniversary. He was going to surprise his wife. I mean, I heard all of this while they are pushing this med into my spine. When I came out of recovery, I was sitting in the room. The doctor came off in there. Again, I said I couldn't see these people because my face is downward. I heard his voice. So when I opened my eye, a tear had rolled out of my eye because the lady was saying, she was like, it's okay, we're right here. And I'm trying to tell her, like, it's not okay, it's not all right. And so the woman came out in there and she was like, your son is okay, he's sitting out in the lobby. Do you need anything? And I'm like, I'm doing this. I keep doing this because my hands would stop moving. And she said, she just grabbed my hand and I kept doing it. And I'm like, that ain't what I need you to do. God, please allow me. So I'm trying to talk. That's all I kept saying. And then he was like, well, what is she trying to say? And then, so I did it again. I was doing my hand like this. I'm asking for a pencil, but I guess they think like I'm nervous or whatever. So the lady came over there and she was like, what do you want? And then I said, I looked up at her and then I looked over there at the doctor and she said, you want the doctor? And I just shook my head. So he came over there and I did it again. I kept doing this to him and I'm like, God, just let me speak. Let this stuff wear off of me so my mouth, my muscles can move and talk. He left out there. He said, I'll be back. He got some other clients he got to go to. So the lady came in there and she brought me my water. I brought my water and she was like, I'm gonna sit you up and all of that. So she was putting it in my mouth and it wasn't going in my mouth because my mouth was dead. I mean, I couldn't move nothing. So I was like, that's not working. So I'm looking around and she said, what do you want? So I was doing my hand down on the bed, like writing as if I was writing on the bed. She said, an ink pen. And I did it like this. Damn it, yes. So I wrote down on the thing, I asked her, I said, is that the doctor who gave me the injections? She said, yes. I wrote down, you tell him that it's not professional to talk about what you're doing with your wife and what you're surprising her with. I wrote all of it down on that paper. When that man walked off in there, he looked at it, he read it. You could tell on his eyes that he was like, how? The woman that was pregnant and came in there, she asked, he showed her. I watched them show each other. And she said, you heard us? And I shook my head. Now, again, insulting to my intelligence because I wrote it down for you to see. If I didn't hear it, how could I write it?
Right. Of course.
But that's what they do to us. But that's what they do to us. So that's why it pushed me to holistic therapy to heal myself because these people don't care. They making their money and they giving you what they get because these people get paid thousands of dollars every year. So it doesn't matter.
They over top of you doing your back surgery instead of talking about what they gonna do to the vacation time and. I mean,
so how was the outcome of the surgery? Being that
I didn't get the whole thing because I didn't get the they did the injection first. They want to cut me and burn my nerves and that didn't make sense to me. Like I'm still gonna have pressure, but now my nerves not gonna tell me. No, that's ungodly. That didn't make sense to me. And then for y'all to say y'all want to cut on some things and insert some things in me, no. I was hunched over. I could not even stand up straight. But again, I did a lot of holistic therapy myself.
All right, so let's get into your journey to holistic medicine. Let's get into that journey. What was your first steps, and how did you start saying, okay, I'm going to start doing this, and what was your journey into that?
When I went to go see the therapist, and I was explaining to her what I had dealt with and everything, and she said to me, so Miss Fran, if you is in all that pain, why don't you take the medicine? So I showed her the medicine, that I looked it up, and I said, do you see the direct effects is more than the current effect of what I need? I said, I'm taking this medicine just for a muscle relaxer. I said, it does, it relaxes my muscle, but I'm fidgety. Now I'm up. I don't use the word paranoid, but I'm alert. I'm too alert. So that doesn't help me as a woman. It doesn't help me with a child. So she gave me a list of people to get in contact with. And I was asking them would they be interested in LOP, which is letter of protection, and since I was going through the suing or whatever, just to get some type of resolution. Okay, nobody was willing to do it. I started to talk to other people about what I was dealing with, and the lady had reached out to me, and she was saying, well, you can do meditation. I'm like, ma'am, I do that. And she was like, it depends on the hurts and all of that. So it got my eyes open. I was like, I know what hurts is. And she was like, it's certain hurts that you listen to. I changed the lighting in my house to the old school watts. I don't do LED things or whatever, because that also puts wear and tear on our DNA. It throws us off balance. I got to getting
Wait, LED lights throws you off balance? LED light? Wow, I didn't even know that.
It's a false light, right? And it's
artificial.
It's not bright. Right. It's more like so the body is perceiving it as artificial.
And how can the body fight it? How does the body fight it? When you're around it all the time.
Right.
So I started.
I didn't know that.
Oh, baby, that's why I said mentally I wasn't where you needed me to be in April. I wasn't. I had just got out of that place, that pit. It was a lot for me. But I started to, can y'all see that?
Yeah, what is that?
It's AMF for radiation off of computers, off the phones. Like I said, the lights that's in here, your artificial air. It has a lot to do with us. Your air conditioning, AC.
Yeah. That's artificial air. Yeah.
That has something to do with your body also.
Well, explain that, Matt, for people who don't know. And what it does, and
allergies. People, well, the doctor says.
No, show the mat again.
Oh,
if you can, right? And explain what it is and how you use it.
It's a sticker, but what it does. Have y'all heard of Reiki? And I might not be saying it right. REIKI.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know what it's for?
Energy or something. Energy.
Okay. Energy is our nerve system.
Mm-hmm.
So if your Reiki is off, then everything else is going to be off. Everything. And once you start to take certain things that have a bunch of chemicals in it, now you're chemically imbalanced. Now you're emotionally unbalanced. Now you're mentally unbalanced. Look at all those imbalances. So it puts your body in overload. I don't turn on my air. I don't because I know what it does. The house that we're in or apartments or whatever, they don't clean those ducts and all that stuff out. So it's pushing that out. You're breathing it in every day, all day. And we have accustomed ourselves to stay in versus going out. We sunflowers. So we're supposed to be in the sun. That's how you get accoladed. That's how you get your regenerated back, is by being outside on the ground with no shoes on, barefoot, hands out, hugging trees. That is real. The woman started to send me, well, the my cognitive therapist is the one who started sending, which I was already doing it. I just wasn't doing it the proper way, the correct way for people of color. Because again, people who sending it to me of non-colored descendants. So I needed to know how my people was surviving and how they were doing things before medicine came along. Because like I explained at first, I do my own deodorant, shampoos, I make my own medicines. I do all of that. But I was only doing it for what I knew. I didn't know what to do or how to do it. So she showed me some things and I got to reaching out to the people that was down there in the little comments. I was looking for my people because I was like, okay, it got to be somebody else out here who's dealing with the same thing but won't but has a resolution to give to us. So that's why I said it was more of me manipulating the situation at the time. It wasn't me actually fixing it because I didn't know how to do it the proper way. So I want to do it the proper way. She was telling me about cryotherapy, which is when you see them doing that cold challenge thing. It's for the blood. It's for the nerves. That's why they say take cold showers. That's why they say wash your head or stay under the shower and wash it downward or whatever. That's why they say don't really sit in the tub because the bacterials and all that. I learned how to take not really spiritual baths, but how to utilize herbs and spices to reconnect a lot of my nerves. Also to regenerate my bones. We can do that ourselves. We just got to have the proper people to show us how to do it. And that's what I wanted to do. Like I do a lot of herbs and spices. I do a lot of blends for self. I'm doing it for others now because when I show people like I show them my x-rays and thing, they were like, how you walking straight up and down? I said, it still bothers me, but I'm able to in an upright position because I had to work on my kundalini. I had to work on self. I had to be broke all the way down to know like just because you in this temporary darkness, it's light in it. And I had to do the light work in the dark to see like Shay, you not tripping. They just trying to get in your head and manipulate you to obey, conform, and submit to that. And I didn't want to do that because I seen all the in game things that them injections were going to do to me. They was going to help deteriorate my bones. I knew that it was going to give my mental some type of anguish, and I had just went through that already. So I didn't want to take my body back and forth through something when I know going out in nature would be the best thing for me because I couldn't afford to do cryotherapy. That was $150. Again, I'm not even able to work. So I couldn't afford it.
And you know what's even worse? This is how you know what you're saying is the absolute truth. Because have you heard, you ever see them channels that promote like doing stuff holistic? YouTube is now going to take them out of the algorithm, right? They're not going to take the channel, but now they saying you're going against the doctor's guide. Or it's a shame, but I'm glad you said that because sometimes to prove what you're saying is true, there a lot of people started going in that direction. And a lot of people, like, they have like the doctors and the holistic, and it started working. So YouTube decided to say, you know what? No, it's not doctor's orders, or it's not recommended by the doctors. So now they're rolling out with all of these channels, and you're gonna see a lot of your videos. I'm saying that, so if you find something, write it down. Write it down and practice, because it's going to be just, for some reason, disappearing. They're trying to make that disappear. And there was a couple of people that was saying, hey, my channel is now going to be affected, because they have a lot of views. And I'm like, that's nature, right? And they want you to go against nature for all of these the fake stuff. Y'all know the word I want.
Synthetic. Synthetic.
Yes. See, look at that. You helping me. Thank you, baby.
You more than welcome, honey.
So that is crazy. So they're trying to do away with the herbal, natural way of doing stuff.
Yes.
And really trying to, because people are starting to turn more away from the pharmaceutical aspect of things, because of the fact that I think the gig is up. People are really finally figuring out that these doctors don't know what the heck they're doing.
So they know what they're doing. They think we stupid.
That's it. That's it.
They know what they're doing. They think we're stupid.
That's it right there. And I ain't gonna even say stupid. They know we lack power and knowledge.
In the form. But the thing is, the people never said that. We're not gonna say we never gonna need a doctor or something, but we're saying a lot of things is unnecessary. Like she said, they're putting stuff in our body, right? And then again, now your kidneys is like
failing.
I have to keep things got to keep going through me. And what is this? What is that? What is this? Like that's like your body's like, what is all of this?
Foreign.
Like, enough is in our food, it's in our drinks. Like our body is going crazy right about now, because our levels keep going up and down. Our hormones is going up and down. It's like we're walking around like and don't know why we are a mess, right? And it's a lot of money. And I mean, these are billions of dollars they could be losing. And I literally, now, why am I saying billions of dollars? These are trillions of dollars, right, that they lose if we stop taking their medicines. Now, we're not going to say we're never going to need it. We're not that stupid. But for certain things, Mother Nature does give to us. Right.
The crazy part is I never really thought of it. If you bust your head on something, they don't have no way to fix it. It's like, wait a minute. If you hurt your head, only thing they can tell you is take a Tylenol and call me in the morning. That's crazy.
But even if they couldn't, I could respect that, rather than treating me any old type of way and giving me a bunch of synthetic stuff. If you can't fix it, why are you giving me this? You said you can't fix it, right?
So they don't have no help. There's something that they can put on your head to protect.
Right, exactly. So I could respect that. But if you're just saying you can't do nothing, but you're still giving me something at the same time,
that's gonna affect your brain. They're giving you an opioid. So you just got a concussion and they give you an opioid that's going to get you high? Doesn't the opioid go into your brain?
Now, you got to remember what opioids also, that also starts to affect your intestines and your digestive system, because now it makes you highly constipated, right? And then now you start having flare-ups, right? Right. So you may feel this way, but now you're gonna have to go to get a colonoscopy. I mean, you go get your. But now you all know. But once your intestines start to flare up, baby, and your gut is bad, that's another problem within itself. Because now you're stretching your intestines, and
That's your second brain. That's actually
right, exactly,
serotonin and everything like that.
right. And now you're full of poo poo, right? And then that's toxins now is going through your body. That's toxins, bacteria within itself. So
you were
it
very
don't always,
smart
right.
to say, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to focus on the holistic way of treating myself. That's why you're even here today, able to stand up, walk, talk. You know, you might forget here and there, but hey, hey, I think everybody in their 40s, when they start getting a certain age, get to forgetting. I think our brain get to like.
No, I've been like that, girl, before that. I've always been like that, and I'm proud of it, right? Listen, I'm proud of it. I let people know I'm the person to always have a conversation with. You ain't never got to worry about me repeating it, right? I done forgot. So I know everybody business, but not remembering nobody business, right? So everybody tell me their business, and then they'll go, "Hey, remember what I told you?" I'm like, "No." But I told you, listen, I'm just here to listen. I ain't say I was going to remember nothing you said, right? But
I'm active listening.
No, but I know I've been like that. So I have pure acceptance of it. And I joke on myself, right? I joke on myself. But certain things, the funny part is, though, what people don't understand, certain things don't think you're getting over because we keep our minds sharp for other things, right? Certain things we don't care about forgetting, but we keep it sharp for our business, our financial things. I don't know. That's why I tell people I'm not using all my brain cells. Leave me alone. I save my brain cells for the important things. Little things, I'm not giving you my brain cells. I don't care. No, but because I know how I am, so I know where my focus has to be. So I know what I have to focus on. And sometimes I can't focus on these other things. Don't ask me nothing, right? And then even my chat is beautiful, right? Because even when what's that word, they come right with it, right? So when people know you like that, they'll help you. I've got forgetful, and my chat is beautiful with that. What's the word I'm looking for? What's this? What they be on it like the Green Hornet. I love my chat. I love my people because I would explain it, and I'm like, listen, I be changing words, making new words, and I'm like, it sounds good to me, right?
I'm with you.
I have something crazy that makes me like not remember like short term, but then be able to remember something that happened like 20, 30 years ago, like in depth, in very high like detail. It's crazy. Like I'm like, oh yeah, remember that? And this song was playing. It was 30 degrees outside. Your hair was curled up with two ponytails.
Yeah.
I can break it just like this. Blah 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 blah, and then be like, "Where's my keys at? Where's my car keys?"
No, that's right. That's like looking for your glasses on your head and stuff. Looking for your phone when it's in your hand, right?
Right.
I had some problems over it. Right.
Back in 1996, when you had on the with that red hat on, and you had a pair of blue glasses on, just everything, all the details of that, and then be like.
But in your holistic journey, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Like, would you like to say, like, name like some herbs, and you could say, well, you could use these herbs. Remember, this is what's the thing you put there so we won't be held for anything that is being said? What you got? What's that you say?
My disclaimer is this is what I use.
Yeah, put the little disclaimer in there. Right. This is a disclaimer.
And it's for educational purposes, and what you do with it is what you do with it.
Right, and if you need to see a doctor, go see the doctor. That's the disclaimer. Right. Don't take what we say and run with it. Now, go ahead, sister.
Because this works for me. I do lavender. I do chamomile. I do turmeric, however y'all enunciate it. I do most of them that I do. It's one of the two. It's either going to be a hot tea one. Or I'm gonna do.
With your pain, do you use the arnica?
Arnica.
Arnica, but it's for the pain. I make it. I make it. And boy, that's the AR or something. Like my mind ain't there, but it's arnica, whatever. If I had it, I'll show it to you. Right? I I make everything myself too. That's only because I be bored. It's not because of no reason. I just be bored. I just be wanting to. I just say I want to just be creative. So I just do things. But oh man, I make my own dishes. Do you make your own steam baths?
Yeah, I
You ever
do.
take the yoni bath?
I do.
Girl, you just throw the whole. You could do. I do it like the fresh this, the fresh that. Only thing I can't do with the rose, I'm allergic. It makes me sneeze. But baby, when you make them yoni steams, my goodness, and you got to know which each one you're putting in there for. That's a journey, and I think we need to really talk about that journey. And that journey, a lot of women should do, right? Because only you know your body.
Exactly.
Only you know which herbs that you need for that moment, and you got to know how to steam. You create an ambiance, and no, you don't have to pay for a steamer. You can make sure there's a chair, put a hole in a chair, and get the little electric thing, and you put a little pot up under there, put it on low, and then you sit on that. Make sure you put a towel there so your butt don't burn, and you let that sucker just steam. And then that people don't understand that steam really works, and it goes through your body. And a lot of times, if you have menstrual problems, menopause problems, them yoni steams work.
PCOS,
Right?
thyroid.
If you are irregular, them steams will make you back regular, right? But I really think that that I don't know if we could even discuss all of this in this time, but we really have to. I think I might do that though.
Only thing I say is be careful about the bathtub, because I've been putting them herbs in the bathtub and them leaves and stuff. And
not the bathtub, the yoni steam.
Messed up my plumbing and everything like that. But
no, not the bathtub, the yoni steam, sis.
No, I'm saying I have put like the herbs. I took a bath, like a hot bath, and put.
Why you put the thing that you put in there?
The cloth. It's a pack, a satchel.
Right. The same thing you'll put in your sink. Why you put that in the tub, sis?
I got like a regular. I don't know what the heck I was doing. I got a regular thing and messed up the plumbing. So don't you know?
No, you can buy it. It's just like the thing you will put in the sink. You'll just get the size, or you could
Or you can just get the little satchels. Let me give you an idea. What you will put your jewelry in, those little satchels, and you pull it like this. Those you can use those things. You can use a mesh.
Yeah, you know what? I have a jacuzzi, so the actual plug is attached to the tub underneath. So there's no way for me to pull that plug out.
Well, we got different tubs then. But
I was stupid, and I did kind of mess my tub up. So don't be like me.
Not stupid. Not stupid. Unaware.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I was
unaware. You was careless.
A screen.
Yeah. So I called, but it was a great bath. I did a great job, but now I have like all these.
You couldn't put a rubber band around it.
Rubber band around it.
Because it's a tube, right?
It's. Oh, you know what probably would have been better is if I had it in like a net basket, like a net basket.
That's what we saying, girl.
Oh no, I put the herbs in the tub, child. I took the cinnamon and put it in there.
You could put that in the
myself a human tea concoction in the bathtub.
All right, the thing, you know how when you got the herbs and stuff, and you can buy the bag that you put the tea in, the same little bag. You can put that inside of it as a pack.
Right. That's what I made. Okay, I didn't do it like that.
We got you, girl. We got you.
I gotta figure out how to get all those like leaves and everything from trying to go down yeah. So it's kind of messed up, but yeah, and then. But I love the fact that we are talking about. Oh yeah, that. Yes.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a whole bunch of little stuff that you can do, and that's why I said,
get a stocking. Put it in a stocking. God dang it, and then put a little knot on. Cut it. Put a little knot in it. Drop it in the tub. Here we go.
Staple of coffee filter.
Staple of coffee filter. Yes, yes. A staple filter together with your herbs in it. Yes.
I wish I'd had this conversation about a week ago.
That's okay. That's why we having it now for ladies who don't know. Now they know.
Right.
It's a learning experience. All of this is a learning experience.
Oh, get on it. Oh, get on it. She is a holistic. She does everything, right? You got to definitely check her out too. She discusses a lot of stuff like that too. She got a lot of juice. She even make her own wine, right? She make her own wine and alcohol. She does everything, right?
Me too. I got honey wine. I got these. What's them grapes? Oh my gosh! I just ordered them because Texas don't have them. This gentleman said, "Oh my gosh,
Oh, she in Texas too.
Oh, look. See, we need to have a
crew in Texas. I ain't not in Texas. I'm gonna be out there though. I got people out there. I'm gonna make my rounds.
Please do.
Yeah, we need to like share the information about the herbs because I know I need to.
I said it right. It's arnica, right? I know. I believe it's arnica. That is a pain. That's for the pain. I know I'm not going crazy. But you make that. Me too. Cloves is good too.
Yeah.
We're gonna one we're gonna do a show. We're gonna speak upon like for pain or for this or for that, right? And again, once you learn what everything is for, that's when you cater it to you, or you get somebody who know what they're doing and say, "Hey, these are my problems," and then they will make something for you. Don't never buy something that's already done unless it's something normal. But if it's something specific and you don't know how to do it, just tell the person, "Hey, this is what I'm going through," who understands each herb if you don't have the time to do it. But make sure you tell them,
what your symptoms are.
Right, what's the symptoms are, what's going on. And it'd be something special. Don't just, let me just buy. No, don't. If it's for something specific, don't just run and buy it. But baby, them steam baths, ooh, child, right?
Yeah. So I was gonna say the other thing is that it's so much information out here, but then there's also a lot of misinformation out here. You got one group of people that say, "Oh, it's okay to take Shilajit," but then you got Dr. Sebi's son saying, "No, oh no, you can't. You shouldn't take Shilajit." So it's like it's hard to know what you should take on. Some people say, "Oh, you can't. Don't take turmeric." Some people say, "Oh, you should take turmeric."
They can say that.
They say turmeric is Dr. Sebi's son says turmeric is inflammatory.
No, but the thing is,
because he said that's why the Indians in India have kidney failure. So you shouldn't take turmeric.
It's different. You do know it's different turmerics also. So it is. They correct because everybody is not the same person.
Exactly. That's why I said they could say that because they're talking about themselves. Fool, what you got to say about turmeric, fool? Put it in the chat. How do you feel about turmeric, fool?
Be honest about your weight. That's what Tony Fee says.
Oh, okay. I like that. Because again, you got to be accurate, and it's not about being embarrassed. Because I told you that's where I was for a long time, and I'm not a person who's embarrassed. I have no regrets, but people had me guessing myself because everybody else would just do what the doctors are saying doing, but my mental is saying do the opposite. And look, me doing the opposite got me here right now, even though I still have a little things that I know that's never ever going to go back. So I don't do too much. What we want to say? I don't contemplate on that. I just have a resolution, and I'm going to talk about what helped me get to the next level. And if it works for you, it works for you. But again, medicine is just a temporary something right now. Longevity is what we should be thinking about, not temporarily. When you go to that place of business, that's what it is. A hospital, a job, all of those are place of business, and you conduct business with them people. Doctors, hospitals, they're all non-profits. They are non-profit 510C.
Non-profit profits, right? When you non-profit means you got to do what the government say because we own you.
Exactly. And you as people go into that place, y'all make it profitable. They are not no smarter than you because it's your body. You are the smartest one when it comes to that. Don't let these people talk over you. Don't let these people talk at you. Don't let these people just say, oh, well, I think you should just try this, and you just try it. We have had so many examples. Tuskegee experiment. That CEO, that 2020, what they had, that pandemic, that should have been our vision then. 2020 should have been our vision of saying, like, no, I don't have to clock in. No, I can work for self. I can get unemployment and get paid more than I do. That's a lot of stuff that was going through my head, is self-govern, self-awareness, self-caring. I wasn't doing enough for self. I was doing for everybody else, everybody else, everybody else. So that's why I was saying, it's not that I didn't want to tell people, but to look at me, like for instance, if I go somewhere, I get that little buggy thing because I can't stand up straight. I need to lean over, and I don't want to be leaned over on that what's the name thing. So I get in that little buggy thing. How many people stare and look at me?
I do.
Because
I don't care.
I don't look like something is wrong with me. But when I get up into my vehicle, you see I'm limping. You see one leg might be feeling some pressure. Then the next day, the other leg might feel some pressure. That's why I said, like, they was prescribing me 7 different medicine, and I'm talking about milligrams over 500. Some of this stuff, I'm like, people taking this on a normal? I'm reading like the direct effects to it. And y'all don't question it?
And I'm glad you brought that up too. Because people don't understand, again, like, what is something supposed to look like? Like, baby, I get in that buggy. I like zoom, I be knocking down stuff, like, get out of the way, right? Move. I never moved. One time, me and a robot got to an argument. I'm surprised. I know I'm on somebody's TikTok or something, but I got to an argument with the daggone robots. These stores have the robots in the stores. And I'm minding my business, and this thing cut in front of me and didn't want to move. I'm like, move. So I forgot the name, but it's one. I don't know if it's the BJ's or Costco's, but I'm literally, people thought it was a joke. I was so upset to fight the daggone robot because I thought he had something personal, but it didn't care. But do what you got. People always, and then they expect so much from you, not knowing I'm giving you all I got, right? I'm giving you what I got, but they expect, because you don't look sick or look this and look that, they don't understand this all I got, right? I'm giving you more than, don't look for no more. This is what I got. And then they make you feel like less than a person. Like you don't have to be aging or old, like, to
or deformity.
Or they ask about, oh, you're too young for this. Like, what does that got to do with what I'm going through? Like, that's the main one I hate when people pop your age up. You're young. What the F does that mean? You think I don't know? Like, people keep telling you stuff like you don't know. Like I don't want to do cartwheels anymore, right? Like I don't want to drop it back. Like no. Like there is no age to nothing. That's why children have diabetes. Children have the C word. Because if there is no age on
anything
when something happens to you, and then when things happen, sometimes it sits there. Right? Like yours could have happened to me. Sometimes it sits there with people. Then they'll start seeing, sometimes people, that's like arthritis. People have arthritis for a long time. And by the time they realize they have it, they're effed up. Sometimes stuff sit there. So even with a slip and fall, sometimes people go on with their life not knowing that they're injured. Right? So, again, stop putting people age out there like life is supposed to be perfect. It's not. Some people go through things. They have injuries, or whatever that's going on with their body. I didn't know that it was an age requirement to feel like hurt or feel pain or can't stand or can't do that. I didn't know it was an age requirement, right? So let's stop that stigma too, right? It doesn't have I'm glad you brought that up too. Your pain doesn't have a look and it doesn't have an age.
It definitely don't.
I know we got about 15 more minutes left.
Yeah.
Till we get to 2 hours. So, and I see that you're getting up because you're probably getting uncomfortable sitting in the same spot. I know how you're saying you're in pain. You explain. So,
you see me rocking. I'm doing this.
Yeah. I'm trying to maintain.
No, we saw that stand. We saw that stand, girl. We gonna do the same thing, girl.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you, I can't sit down because my tailbone. When I was pregnant, I fell on my tailbone.
I ain't gonna ask you how you did that, but go ahead.
No, I was pregnant. You know how when you're pregnant. What happened is I tripped over the curb and I turned. So I wouldn't fall on my stomach. I turned real quick and fell on my behind and I hurt my tailbone. So when I'm sitting too long, I gotta get up. I can't just sit too long. So it was really dramatic too. Like, it was crazy. You know, when you get older and fall, isn't it crazy to fall?
Same.
Yeah. When you're an adult, falling, it seems like you're in a warp zone. Like, what is going on? Like, and it goes in slow motion too. Like, what is going on? I'm falling. Whoa!
And then, bah, like a ton of bricks.
Woo! You know you're older when people stop laughing at you falling.
Are you okay? Are you all right?
Right. Oh shoot! No, when the older person falls, when you get older, they be like, everybody crowd around. Are you all right? When you're young, it's like, get on that, whatever.
I know, right? Like, forget my pain, right? I'm not in pain because I look young, right? Like, no. Right. But the main thing is, and being that, I just want you to just like before we leave, just talk about the change in your life, because from what you went through, I just want to go backwards to the change of your life and how the holistic changed your life and how it worked for you for the better.
One, I'm gonna say for the better, because I had to go to have an evaluation. So when you haven't been to, what do they call, PCP, when you have your own private doctor or whatever. Okay, well, I hadn't been to one in 11 years, and I had to go to one. And the lady, Dr. Chelsea, if y'all looking for a physician of color, just look up Dr. Chelsea. The name of her facility is Orchard Wellness. Yeah, Wellness.
If you're in the area.
Right. For those who in Texas, I believe she's in Dallas or Cedar Hill, one of them. But I went to her, and the only reason why I went to originally because my son had said, "Mom, I want to know what my blood type is." And I'm like, "You sure?" He was like, "Yes, ma'am," because I had a vision that I need to find out what it is. And I was like, "All right." I said, "Look it up so you can see what the procedure is, and you sure that's what you want?" Because again, I don't force any of those jabs for nothing. I'm exempt on everything. That we're gonna have to talk about that too, so my people can know better, will do better. But when I went to her, and of course, they got to do the whole thing because I hadn't been to the doctor in over 11 years, besides me going for this or whatever. But for me, like, everything was okay. I'm good. So she ran her test and did all of that. And she said, well, the test have to come back within 2 weeks. And she did a heart test. And she was like, I just need you to relax. And I was like, okay, then. So when she said I need to relax, I got to think about my granddaughter. And she said, oh, Miss Flynn, you too relaxed. And she said, what are you thinking about? And I told her, and then she was like, well, what are you doing? And I said, you told me to get relaxed, so I'm relaxing. And then she was like, well, your heart rate is too low. And I was like, okay, so what do you want me to do now? And then she was like, well, I'm gonna give you a little time. I'm gonna go see my other patient or whatever. So I was looking at my son. I said, she going to go document something. And he was like, Mom, what you think she gonna go document? I said, because I got complete control over my body, and she not gonna get that. So he said, okay, Mom. So she came back in there. She started it over. She said, Miss Flynn, take a breather, blah, blah, blah. I did. And she said, don't think about your granddaughter. And I said, okay. So in my head, I'm dancing. And I'm doing something that I want to do. So my heart rate was up and going, 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 up and going. She said, I she just turned around and she looked at me. I didn't say anything because I'm not supposed to be moving. So she stopped. Well, she let it get done doing the little thing or whatever, and then she stopped it. And then she said, "What are you thinking about now?" I said, "My son and I dancing." And then she said, "How are you doing that?" And I said, "Doing what?" She said, "You just slowed your heart all the way down." And then I told you not to think about it, and then you thought about dancing, and it's going on pace. And I said, because I have complete control over my body. This is my temple. This is my vessel. I said, if you only knew what I went through before getting here, you will have a better understanding. And then she said, well, what did you go through? She said, I seen you walking. At the time, I still was walking slunched over. And I told her what happened. And she was like, wow. And then I said, so I had to become in tune with myself because they was giving me all these different medicines and all of that. I went because I had picked up weight. And like I said, I wasn't able to do exercise. I couldn't even do chair exercise because it was putting pressure on the bottom part of my body. So she was like, okay, well, maybe I can offer you this. And I was like, I'm holistic. I don't want you to give me anything. And then she said, so what are you doing to um make over for the pain? So I told her I'm heavily meditating. I have a sauna that I utilize. I sunbathe a lot. And then she was like, so what are you doing for the pain? And I told her all the herbs and stuff that I was using. And then she was like, and how long have you been doing this? I said 2 years, almost 2 years. And she said, well, when did you have your incident? I told her July 21st. And then that was last year. So she said, would you be willing to tell me what you some of the stuff you're doing? Because I do. I want to offer alternatives. And that's how I became aware because she got a PhD. She know what they doing. She know how to do it. And then she can get me stuff. Because like I said, I don't have insurance. So she was I guess you could say she was my bridge to getting what I really needed. And then also getting it to me where I wasn't getting over or getting some bad herbs or just somebody just selling me any and everything. Like she broke down, she gave me this table of herbs, some of the stuff that was mixed in these medicines or whatever. So I just took that and did it for me and my son because I was already a vegetarian. So all my test results came back perfect. That's all she kept saying was, oh, you need to talk about this. You need to tell people about this because this is what I want to do. I don't want to give my people these medicines if I don't have to. So if you learn something you can teach me, I want to implement it. So that's another reason why I did because I had somebody who had the same idea as me. And that's why I say we have to talk to one another because everybody don't want to see you struggling. Everybody don't want to see you going without. It's just more or less of we got to let go and let down some of these walls because we have been forsaken. We have been misused. We have been bamboozled. But it is some doctors out here who want to do it. After I did that, I found a lady had sent, well, I think my truck note people, I was telling her what was going on. She sent me to a Chinese doctor in Garland, and he was like, you on point. Then that he got to showing me about and y'all call it acupunctures, but it's not them sticking needles. It's stones. I know people don't believe in it, but I'm a Virgo, so anything that's dealing with the earth, I'm gonna receive it. Stones, have a lot of energy in it, and it give us a lot of the energy back because it's minerals. So he made some shoes for me. They got all the stones. I'll fit them in certain areas. So if I put them on, it'll touch the blood to go to my heart. It'll touch whatever. It just starts to open up different things. So I know that has a lot to do with me.
Like reflexology points by using the stones on the bottom of your feet.
Yeah, but he
touch those reflexology points. Yeah.
Yeah, but he made me some shoes, so I wear them in the house. If I'm sitting down, I put them on. He also gave me this pulsating thing, whatever for myself. Like if you was going to what you calling people, a physical therapy, and they put them little patches on y'all, and you feel that little vibration. He gave me those things, my personal own, so I use those while I'm using those little shoes or whatever. So, like I said, with this happening to me, it opened up doors to where I wanted to be in the first place, which was organic and as raw as possible. So it's the best thing. I love it. I would never ever go back to it. If I was to convince and persuade people, this would probably be the only thing that I would say I would be Jesus Christ on, and telling them, hey, walking barefooted and in them gladiator shoes is better than walking around in them soul shoes, because listen, souls, they putting souls on your feet. Your feet are the soul. So you're not supposed to have them closed in and closed up. It's supposed to be barefooted. It's supposed to be opened up, and that's the thing. Like a lot of this stuff that we should be doing, that opens up a lot of stuff. Pushing certain things in our body, open up organs and send things to us. Breathing. That's another thing I learned. Breathing. We don't even breathe correctly.
Yep. Actually, the place where I go to work out at, they don't work out with shoes on. They work out barefoot. Yeah.
They know. They know.
Yep.
And that's why I want us to get in the land of the knowing. Even though people might told us, hey, this is what it was, it, as you can see, it's not. It's so many ways to skin a cat. And I don't want nobody skinning no cat, but I'm just saying it's so many other avenues to get yourself back to you without you going through chemotherapy. It's sour sop. It's so many natural things.
That's black seed oil right there. And that's oregano oil. Oil of oregano.
Say. And that's good for breathing, allergies. Oregano, baby, it does so many things for us that we don't even know.
Oh yeah, but the other oil oregano, it comes in, but that's like a burn, baby. Ooh, Lordy, you got to mix that sucker.
Nitric. Yeah, this is nitric oxide. That's good for your blood pressure.
And you can get you some good old beets.
Right. I love my beets, baby. I love my beets. I love my beets.
It's actually beets. It's actually crushed up beets.
Oh, there you go. Cause you look.
I see it on the container. Yeah.
And there's also Ultra Omega.
But DJ, don't forget, you gotta walk too now.
I gotta what?
Walk.
I gotta what?
No, you know what? I've been actually I'm actually supposed to be going back to the gym with my original trainer. So y'all gonna see me start to do that again too, because I have been cooped up. I've been isolated. You know, I've been going through like that depression and isolation phase.
Not depression, disease. You're diseasing. We ain't depressed people. We're not. Stop saying certain things over yourself.
Diseasing? What does that mean?
Disease. Letting go and being easy in letting it go so you can get back to you and be full capacity you.
Right. So I just had to get out of that the isolation mode and to get back out into like driving and going out in public, because I had a whole issue with like crowds and being around people and stuff like that. So I have to reacquaint myself with being out in public and stuff like that. That's a weird thing I'm going through. But did you go through that? Because you said you were kind of cooped up in the house for 8 months, and then that was around the same time as COVID. How was actually getting back out into the world, and was it like
difficult?
When I got out, I got overstimulated. So
it was difficult. It was very difficult. It was difficult because again, I was still not formulating words, so it was very difficult for me. It was. I don't got to go. We don't have to go. Somebody will come drop it off or whatever. I had a gentleman who had a stroke who was coming over here and bringing me groceries because I just refused to do it because again, I was in my own beating up stage or fighting stage. So I didn't force anything. When it was time for me to come out, it was real slow, real slow for me. So I ain't forcing anything anymore.
Mm. So what is the path forward? We're about to hit 2 hours.
Exactly.
We gotta do another one. I think you did want to talk about that, the needles thing of getting punctured before we because we got to bring you back to
exactly
into this because
he's definitely coming back, right?
we got to bring it back. And really
we may forget, but DJ will remember, right? And we may forget, but DJ will definitely remind you.
For sure.
I'm annoying when I will keep bugging you. So.
No, it's not annoying because I appreciate it. I'm telling you. So thank you for staying with it. That's the best thing as a person that you can do for me is stay with it. Because again, that's what made me be so enclosed. And with that being said, thank y'all for the opportunity. For anybody who's listening, this is not your stopping. This is a area that you can get familiar, and you can also implement something in your daily routine. Simple thing: walk a couple of minutes. Breathing a couple of minutes, just sitting down and just releasing things to yourself. Go to a quiet space and be quiet. Just be quiet. And thank you to the panel for being here. Thanks for the questions that's asked. And hopefully what I said will better others. And also what I'm saying is to bring us together as a heritage. Because as a culture, we've been cultivating. And it's time for us to be plowing, hoeing on each other and growing one another up so we can be better for each other.
Where can we find you and what's your website? Let's give us some information about where we can find you and your service.
Okay, I am Next Level. You can Google me, NEXX. Google me, Yelp me. If you need my website, here, let me.
Or call that number that's on the wall. Yeah, we should. No, you're taking it. You're moving it the other way, sweetie. There we go. You had it good the way you had it when it was right behind you, but it's Next Level Radio.
Yes.
Okay, good. We're gonna come over there and bother you.
Look, and I'm here. I'm on Spotify. I'm on iHeartRadio. I am here for my people, man. I got a
What do you talk about? What is your show
about? Everything pretty much. It talks about self-govern. It talk about escaping the matrix. I talk about how we can come together as a community and effortlessly support one another. I generate passive income. I got a TV show coming up. I'm on Roku. I do animation. Any person that got an idea and you just don't have the funds, bring your idea to me. I promise you, I'll make it passive. And my son, like I said, he do story time. So, like I said, I come up with ways where we don't have to clock in.
That's your baby.
Yes.
That's your baby. So you have an older child too.
Yes, I have a 24-year-old and my 11-year-old.
And your baby, your grandbaby.
Yes.
Even though them the ones that help you the most, girl. Wait till the grandbaby help you more than everybody. Cause my grandson, he take care of grandma. But I'm just like I said, again, we are thankful and we're honored to have you here to tell your story, to try to help us get out of
The rat race.
this matrix that we're in. And your story was very important. And we thank you for coming here. And then will be my last words. I cannot wait to see you again. So DJ, say what you got to say so I can say what I got to say at the end. Not yet. Did DJ say her last words?
I really appreciate you being here. I'm glad to hear of your story from going from that traumatic head injury, closed head injury, to getting yourself to this point right now where you're able to walk around, get around, and help others. That's a blessing. We a lot of times we help a lot of other people and we forget about ourselves. Or sometimes God will have to slow us down so that we can actually focus on ourselves and be able to help others more effectively, right? So
right.
I really thank you for your time on our show. This was a great thing. Please, everybody, please support Next Level Entertainment and Shade the Floor. We have Shade the More. We got to bring it back. We want to get some more into like
she found her passion, and it's like she took the Alchemizing Energy, right? It just goes right with her whole story, right? She went through the dark. Now she got her passion. She's smiling because if that would never have happened to you, you would never have went in this direction, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
you bring darkness to light.
Exactly. And she went right. Her story goes right with your channel. I mean, it's beautiful. But I'm going to say, DJ, you ready?
Yep.
DJ, take us out of here.
Darling, let your spirit be free. Don't give up. Keep on pushing through. Now is the time. It's all up to you. Alchemize your energy, my friend. Let your spirit be free. Don't give up. Keep on pushing through. Now is the time. It's all up to you. No matter the storm, below the tragedy. No matter the storm, below the tragedy. No matter the storm, we will always take light. Keep on pushing through the darkness. There's no limit to go. Shine so bright. Darkness to